Okay, let's take the derivative of this monster. So, h prime of z. Now, one thing to keep in mind here before we start is this will be a multi-step chain rule. As we can see, there's many different layers and shells and rules to this. Additionally, if you notice here, the a squared, a is a constant because this is a function in terms of the variable z. So just treat a like a constant when it comes to your derivative rules. So let's start. Chain rule step one, let's start with the derivative of the outside. So the derivative of natural log is 1 over the inside. So 1 over a squared minus z squared over a squared plus z squared. Okay, there's your first chunk times derivative of the inside. So let me write the inside over here so we can examine it more closely because this will get nasty. A squared plus z squared. So that's the inside of our parentheses, right? So we want the derivative of this. So working our way in, we notice that the square root is our outermost shell. So remember, the square root is the same as 1/2 power. So you do power rules. So it's going to be 1/2 times the inside. Remember, we're not touching the inside yet. We're not taking the derivative of that. We're working our way in. 1/2 inside to the negative 1/2. And that is just using the power rule that we're so familiar with. Okay, times derivative of the inside, working our way in, working our way down. So what we've got here, our inside now is this part. And unfortunately, there's no way around this really. We're going to have to use some quotient rules. So in case you don't remember what that is, it's f prime g minus f g prime over g squared, where f is your numerator and g is your denominator. So that stinks, but it is what it is. So let's look at our f prime, where f is the numerator. So since a is a constant, a squared is still just a constant. So that goes away. So the derivative of the numerator is going to be negative 2z. And so there's our f prime times g. G is our denominator, so a squared plus z squared minus f, which is the whole numerator. Let me get rid of this so I've got room. Okay, minus f being the numerator, a squared minus z squared times g prime, which is the derivative of the denominator. Remember, a squared is constant, so then we have 2z. And all of that over g squared. So g squared is just going to be our denominator squared. So a squared plus z squared squared. Now, if you have electronic homework, you type this monster in, this is your answer. I'm not going to go through every step how to simplify this. Just know that this is very much simplifiable. Just don't break any algebra rules. I mean, right out of the gate, you've got a 1/2 and a 2.